Guys, it's pouring outside. Okay, we're back on another lunchtime video. It's pouring out, as you guys didn't hear in the first part. I got on my last video, I got a question, a comment, from one of not my regulars, so I'm not calling you out or anything, but it was a good question. The guy goes, "Hey, you want to retire in 10 years? Do you think 3 Bitcoin is going to be enough?" And on face value, if you think Bitcoin's going to be $100,000, no, three will not be good enough. Even if you put it at 250, not good enough to retire, permanently. But then you go into the math because he asked, "Hey, can you get into the math?" I was like, "Yeah, well," and I did. I broke it down a little bit while I was at this morning. I went on to the BTC CAGR calculator. And if you guys want to see me do that, like in an actual video, I can actually do the calculations. You just guys hit the like button and the subscribe button so you can see it. And let me know in the comments if you want to see that or not. But either way, so in a nutshell, I played with the numbers, and the average CAGR on Bitcoin right now for the last several years has been over 60%. So I told them what it would have been at like 50%. At 50% CAGR year over year in 10 years is because I said 10 years I wanted to retire at 45. The CAGR came out per Bitcoin was going to be closer to $6 million at 50%. So I told the guy, "Hey, 50% maybe not realistic. I can understand that. 10 years Bitcoin could slow down, no problem. I mean, it happens." So I was like, "Let's cut it in half," which is far less than half of what it actually is doing right now. So we brought it down to 25%. So a 25% CAGR year after year for 10 years was still $1 million Bitcoin. Would that be enough to retire on one Bitcoin? Yeah, I mean, maybe not in the States, and depends on what inflation does or not. It may not be possible to retire on $1 million in 10 years. Certainly, it certainly could be possible if you're heading overseas, which is probably going to be my plan, is head over to Thailand or the Philippines. The cost of living is just better, and I'm sick of sitting in cornfields. Sick of it. But either way, so $1 million Bitcoin, yeah, probably $3 million. Because that was my goal. I want to do 3. Is it realistic? Probably not. But that's still $3 million. That's easily enough to retire over in Thailand and the Philippines. Even if you do well, if you keep going with the CAGR, that's going to go up 25% per year. Give or take, up and down years. We all know that. But even if you treat it like a standard retirement, and it has a word for it, but it's basically called the 4% rule. You can take out 4% from the stock market, and so those returns are much lower. You're talking sub 10%. You can take 4% out year after year, and basically never run out 30. They usually use a 30-year time frame, but basically you don't run out. That's with a CAGR of 10%. A CAGR of even 20%, you take 4% out of my $3 million and say Bitcoin stops. Say it doesn't grow anymore, and it just does. We get back down to that CAGR of the stock market. I'm still good. Like $3 million, and that's just if the dollar doesn't freak out and, hyperinflate. And then at that time, 2035, I don't think we're talking about switching over to a Bitcoin standard like as a mainstream yet. It's possible. I don't see it happening at that point. But if you factor in the cut bucks, 4% withdrawal rate at a 10% CAGR, you don't run out. You're good forever. And that's on an American lifestyle. On a overseas lifestyle, you're bringing your expenses down from needing to needing $80,000 a year to live to living very comfortably on 30. Here we go again. I'm just rambling. I hope any of this makes sense. And if you guys want to see the numbers, like I said, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell notification, and leave a comment saying if you want to see the numbers or not. If not, I understand. Sorry, it's raining out. I hope it wasn't too loud in the video. I'll try to bring it down in post if I have to. And if you guys want to, if you guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'm just rambling. Talk to you later.